What's up, guys? This is Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to give you guys a very quick update about the markets. Just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I'm saying as financial advice. Anyways, as far as the market's going, we're going to be watching some key levels. I just want to say that we also have some data coming out. At 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the Consumer Inflationary Expectations Report. And at 11:30 a.m., we have the 4 and 8 week bill auctions, which could cause a little bit of volatility. Other than that, there's not really a whole lot else that's coming out. So what's going on so far? As you guys could tell, the market has gotten a rejection. So if you look at what's happening, we had a high up here around this 641 area. We came down, then we made a lower high. If we can't take out the high up here, this could be resembling a possible head and shoulders like pattern. So this is kind of like a slanted head and shoulders. This right here is going to be like your left shoulder. This is like a head. This is like a right shoulder, and that would take us lower. You know, they don't have to be perfectly symmetrical, but that's what we're seeing so far. Now, I also mentioned that we had a rising wedge on SPY, right? And so far, we're showing signs we might break through this unless we get back in this wedge and bounce. So SPY needs to reclaim at least 635, in my opinion, to try to get back into this wedge. And if we can't do that, there's likely going to be a test of 630.8. We need to hold this in balance. If we can't hold 630.8, the odds are going to be favoring a move all the way down to 626.5. If 630 fails us to look for 626.5, we need to hold that support, basically the low over here where we bounced, very close to that. We need to hold that. If we don't, this is going to be dumping even harder. So keep that in mind. So for now, we're watching to see if this rising wedge is about to pan out. We're very close to seeing it happen. If we close below 630 and we continue to hold below that tomorrow, then yes, we're going to likely see a bigger sell-off. And it's going to turn into a much larger sell-off if we lose 626.5, in my opinion. So keep all those levels in mind, and keep in mind the market is once again showing some weakness. So the best thing we could really do is just be very unbiased about it and watch our very key levels. So with that being said, for now, SPY is continuing to sell off. It's still showing weakness, but we're going to see if this continues. We have the big news involving the tariffs, which is really affecting this. And then there's also this gap down here. So in case we do continue to downtrend from here and then we lose 627, don't forget there's a big gap to fill at 621. And we could be dipping a lot lower after that in case it fails. Now, on the QQQ, this is a little bit different, right? We've been uptrending. This isn't as weak as SPY. It's still up 0.5% for the day, but it's starting to reject. We need to hold 570. We have support there. If it doesn't hold, we have a gap to fill at 568. And if that fails, let's expect us to dump more. We need to get back above 572 to bounce more. Otherwise, we're favoring a dip down to 568 or below as we come down to fill those gaps. So keep that in mind. And then on top of this, I want to mention that we have the VIX over here. So the VIX has a bullish falling wedge. This is a bullish falling wedge on the VIX. We're going to see if this gets back above 17.95. If we reclaim that, I think that we're going to be going for this gap fill and we're going to be returning to the 20s like this. If we get above 17.95, we're currently testing 17 or very close to it. So we're going to see if we break past resistance or not. So give this the time it needs. With that being said, the market is still showing some signs of weakness. So we'll see how this ends up going. And we'll see if we hold support as the day goes on. For other tickers out there, we have the IWM Russell 2000. We need to get back above 222 to bounce. If we can't, I'm looking for 220 as our first support. Below that, we favor 218, then 216.78 as our targets. For downside, there's also a gap down here around 215, so it could be dipping all the way down there. On ES, we need to hold above 6,400. If we can't, we're looking for 63.67 as the next support. If that fails us, we dip to 63.35 or below. On NQ, we need to get back above 23,600. If we can't get back above that, we're favoring 23,377 as our potential target. Bitcoin's looking bullish, favoring 117,000. We're going to see if we break past that or not, but I do see some upside potential. Tesla needs to get back above 320. If we don't, we're looking for 318 as support, and then move back down to 315 next in case that fails us. For Nvda, we have resistance right over here around this 184 area. If we can't get back above that, we're going to be favoring a move back down towards 180, then 178. So be careful. So we'll see how well things end up holding up. For Appl, we're looking bullish. We have 220 as resistance. We're going to see if this breaks or not. If it doesn't, we could be turning back down towards 217. So be careful. For Coinbase, I see us still testing 320. We're going to see if we reject off that or not. Amazon has resistance right over here around this 225 area. If we lose 218, we're going to turn back down, but for now, it could still push for 225. Meta might be returning back down to about 763. There might be some downside coming. Google is consolidating. We have resistance that's tough around 198.5 and support at 195. Might consolidate in that range, so keep that in mind. And Microsoft might be retesting 522. If that fails us, we could be tipping all the way down to 513. That's also going to be very key for how we end up moving. The VIX is at resistance. We're going to see if this eventually breaks out as the market is once again still showing weakness. So we will see, can the market hold some key support or not? If we end up losing 630.8 on SPY, it's going to be a bad sign. And we will be favoring more downside if that fails us. So I do think we could test that, and we're going to see how well we hold up. So give this some time. Let's see if we're about to get a breakdown and a big rejection from this rising wedge. We'll see, just to be safe, how well the market holds up. Until I see you guys again, I thank you all so much for listening. So please have a good rest of your guys' days, and peace out.